Hello and welcome back everyone to La-Mulana Randomizer, and in this episode, after recharging up our Lamp of Time at the Candlestick of Time, we will be continuing on through Tower of the Goddess in order to do the Eye of Truth check. For Eye of Truth check, all you have to do is follow this set of pedestals, like so, put a weight on each of them, except we don't have the anchor yet, so we can't actually go down there, which means that we are stuck on this side of the pipe.
You need the iron boots, Link. You have to sink to the bottom and then you can't choke. What do you do?
We get mauled by the invisible pony. That is what we do.
So your actual goal is to go to the bottom and to the right on that pipe. Gotcha.
Yeah, but since we don't have the anchor yet, we can't actually do that. But without the anchor, we can actually go up this way slightly easier. Woot!
One of mankind's greatest problems is how do we keep our boat from floating away from the shore where we landed?
Obviously, we drill multiple holes in it and then send those holes to the bottom of the ocean. Ugh!
You sound like you're in pain.
I hate
child
this
labor.
area. Welcome everyone to the Chamber of Birth. Okay, firstly, these I believe we actually have already been in the Chamber of Birth, at least for a small period of time. But firstly, those large elephant enemies, those we get to refer to as behemoths. They get a significantly more dangerous incarnation, both towards Hell Temple and in La-Mulana 2. We do not have the Crystal Skull, so we cannot actually go put the Crystal Skull up there where it needs to go. But we do have the Serpent Staff, so that we can do this. This, once we get to the other side of Chamber of Birth, will allow us to teleport down into that area. I think we have a chakram at the moment, so we can attempt to do the Azura puzzle. The real reason to hate Chamber of Birth is not because of these behemoths, or even because of the walls that are constantly shooting at you. No, the reason to hate Chamber of Birth is because going through this area is expensive.
Very expensive.
You see, the Chamber of Birth specifically has got the issue of, well, we're just gonna throw a lot of one-way weight doors at you over and over again, and it's up to you to have enough weights going in order to solve all these goddamn weight puzzles.
Now that you mention it, we have fewer weights than we have in a long time, because I remember we usually had like 20, 25, 17. Now we have 11.
Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try and solve the Azura puzzle. What you need to do for the Azura puzzle is actually rather simple and genius. You need to throw a chakram so that it actually hits Azura in the head.
We need more chakrams.
We do need more chakrams. They are the best projectile weapon in the game, after all. And we screwed it up, and that's our only chakram. Now we gotta go buy more. Well, in theory, we could just go back to Tower of Goddess in order to farm some more. But thankfully, there's a shop down here that allows us to buy chakrams.
Oh my god, this game doesn't have a how many would you like to buy feature.
It does not. Because it's trying to hide, specifically, there is one ammo shop that sells 3 clips for the price of 1. And it's trying to hide it from you.
We just decided that the player doesn't actually make choices. He just pushes the button in order to do the thing among an environment of choices.
Alright, and booyah! By doing this, we have successfully managed to take down the skull walls in the Shrine of the Mother area, meaning that we have access to a majority of the rest of the Shrine of the Mother. We still need to go through a couple of dialogue sequences with Elder Zelpud in order to go do diary check, but yes, we're going to go do the Crystal Skull check right now, and we will set up for doing diary check after that.
I mean, I know I have 4 keys going through the slime dungeon in Link's Awakening, but I know it's just not enough. We need more keys. Stupid monkey.
So it's new in the world of Cloud as we go and prepare for Crystal Skull check.
Well, like I was telling you, I'm in only my second playthrough ever of Sekiro, because I finally beat it for the very first time, which I'm pretty excited about. So I get to take my overpowered self, blow through playthrough number 2, and now I'm at a major point, like I was telling you, where it's one of those things where I don't think it's going to change the ending of the game. It might change the ending of the game, which would be awesome, because now I get to see an alternate ending. But I like that the game has so much content that you don't even get to see all of it during your first playthrough. Like new boss types.
Come on.
And what was the last game you played, Mr. Gradette, where you had to make a choice that allowed you to fight a different boss?
Oh, the last game that I played that had that system?
Yeah.
Alternate boss via dialogue choices. No, I can't actually think of anything.
Well, I am happy to introduce to you Sekiro, Shadows Cry Twice. Game of the Year 2019 that does give you alternate bosses depending on your dialogic option choices.
It's Shadows Die Twice, for the record.
Oh man, I cannot wait until we start that playthrough. I got so many puns ready.
That's not even really a pun, though. That's just a replacement of words.
Line cooks fry rice.
And
clotheslines dry whites.
Alright, back to Shrine of Mother so we can actually do a Crystal Skull check and diary check. By going through that particular dialogue exchange with Zelpud, whilst you have the talisman, you open up the diary check. And yes, you do need the talisman in order to do diary check.
You know, that shield should be pretty hot right now, but we're just going to ignore that.
The Aegis shield is immune to status effects. Hey, Sean.
Well, I mean, it could have been... I mean, it is still an object, but it's a magical object, so it doesn't obey the rules of reality.
It obeys most of the rules of reality. It just doesn't have a durability sensor.
You know, or a respect for the law of conservation of energy. the energy just kind of goes away.
You know, like all the best shields in video games do.
It's called the Grey Aegis. It's the only shield in the game that actually gives you 100% damage resistance. But we're going to put this on AI, but by simply hacking the game, you can actually put this fucking ridiculous shit in your inventory.
Alright, this is diary check. Zelpud is holding up the pillar for us, and we got the diary. Woot! Diary was in vanilla. No, don't!
Diary!
Damn it!
Oh,
all right,
so
and you need
my
you need to do. Okay, so once you actually acquire the diary, Zelpud explains to you a little bit more about the mysteries of the ruins, and then gives you. This is the Mulana Talisman check. Normally, the Mulana Talisman is the item that will allow you to decurse items, specifically decurse treasure chests. However, we got the bracelet instead, so now we have the ability to one-shot pots.
I believe the term is disenchant.
Can't we use disenfranchise instead?
Disenfranchise. Nothing can break the resolve of what's his name with his cool Indiana Jones hat and the shield that does not respond when a goddamn flamethrower is breathing on it.
No, do not go that way. We don't have the anchor, so we can't go back down if we try to go that way.
Oh, so this is the... Right, I was going to say, so this is what we were trying to reach with the anchor.
Yep. Yay, we got the Isis pendant. Now, if we teleport over to the Endless Corridor, we can actually enable fairies, which is very good for us because there are several checks in the game that we need specifically key fairies for. I don't think we currently have the key fairy combo. And what I was supposed to do there is actually use the Lamp of Time in order to get up to the pedestal up there. And now we're just going to get mauled by the horse. Stupid invisible horse. I wish the Ebacus were actually significantly easier to take down. They're not that bad with the axe, but they're absolutely terrible with most of the other main weapons.
So when do you actually need the anchor?
We need to get the anchor before we start doing a majority of Gate of Illusion. We've not actually gotten the Fruit of Eden yet, so we've not gone into Gate of Illusion yet. But once we get the Fruit of Eden, we will start doing Gate of Illusion. Gate of Illusion puzzles. And time stop.
Tick, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. Ah, but because causality depends on the passage of time, we must wait.
Yep. All right, and then the Belmont shop, the shell horn. We're not buying the shell horn because we don't need it, and it's a waste of cash.
What a nice shopkeeper.
What the shell horn does is it plays a tone any and every time that you successfully solve a puzzle. This is very good for us because, you know, for those of us that don't actually have all the puzzles memorized, knowing when a puzzle has been successfully solved is very important. However, I have a majority of the puzzles memorized, so I don't actually need the shell horn for anything.
Leon, the Ganados will dissolve like in sulfuric acid when you kill them. You can stop shooting now. He's not a zombie.
Alright, we're back in this awful, awful area. I do like the soundtrack for a Chamber of Birth, for the record, but it is an awful, awful area.
I'm glad that I'm the one watching and doesn't have to deal with the anxiety of being around enemies as powerful as behemoths, because I just want to hug every last one of them. They look like fucking Disney World characters.
For the record, the behemoths are not actually all that big of a threat. They just have a huge HP and armor pool, and that's the big issue that you have to deal with if you're gonna fight behemoths. There we go.
Yeah, because all right, so
we beheaded Ashura, so now we can actually go through here.
Nice. That's right, Mr. Gradette. You did it. Wonderful.
Yes, but I had to decide if I was going to attempt to go for the Grail Point, which I can't get because I don't have the Crystal Skull in order to unlock the final ladder to the Grail Point. So instead, we're going to go down this way.
There's always another way. Apparently, there is usually another way.
There is. Oh, look, another coin chest. This particular coin chest I did not know was here on my first playthrough, and it caused me no end of grief during my first randomizer.
Yeah.
All right. So, because we don't have the shell horn, this upcoming sequence of twin puzzles is something that's very, very, very odd. That wall that just moved there was part of the puzzle that involved us reading the Ganesha mural that was in the previous room, which allows us to teleport back up here. And in turn, there's a teleporter here that allows us to get all the way back up to the top.
No, it's teleport left, teleport right, step, hip, pivot. Are you trying to piss off Ashura?
Well, Brahma, actually, but yes. Fuck the Chamber of Birth. Now, thankfully, unlike La-Mulana 2, a majority of the puzzles that are in Chamber of Birth do have tablets in Chamber of Birth to explain to you how the hell those are supposed to be done. They're a bit more cryptic than everywhere else, but they at least actually function. And that's the important thing.
And that was one of my most memorable screens in the game, is Tall Stick Man with Tiny Stick Man Penis. You may buy... Oh, so they'll just sell you weights in the place where you need more weights in order to proceed in the place where eventually you will need even more weights.
Actually, no. In order to unlock the shop in Chamber of Birth, we have to actually go into Gate of Illusion. And we have to get all the way through Gate of Illusion. We are officially in the Temple of the Sun at the moment. And we are hunting down for something to buy because we have 170 coins, and that's enough to go buy at least a thing. I'm not entirely sure what thing we are looking for. We don't find it, for the record. The thing that we are looking for, at least by the end of this part. But here's a Magatama Jewel. It's a key item.
Yeah.
We do not have access to the big puzzle that the Magatama Jewel is actually a part of right now, but we will shortly.
Well, I am glad that we could spend our money, and these items are not lost upon death.
Yeah, screw you, Dark Souls, killing me on my entire inventory. No, wait, that's Minecraft. Screw you too, Minecraft.
I cannot rest in peace until I at least make a profit today.
This is past Gurdett finally remembering that, hey, we got the Isis pendant. Let's go unlock fairies.
Let's go bash our head on some flowers.
Thanks, Isis.